Hello, welcome. Let's have some discussion on tossing of a coin, number of times. We are still on probability. If you are tossing a coin once, what will be the possible outcomes? We know a coin has two sides, the head or a tail. So if you are tossing a coin once, your possible outcome or sample space is going to be made up of a head and that of a tail. So in this case, how many possible outcomes are we expecting? We are expecting two possible outcomes. Now, what if we are tossing that coin twice? Now, if you are tossing a coin twice, it's the same as tossing two coins once. You're having two coins that you are tossing once. If it is one coin you are tossing twice, you have already has a first sample space, which is from head or a tail. In tossing the second time, it could be that your first choice was a head, then the second choice is now a tail. It means in that case, you have a head and a tail. It could also be that a tail comes first, and then on the second trial, you have what? A head. So the sample space is going to be made up of first being head, second being tail. Or the possibility that the first is going to be a tail, the second will be a head. What if all will be first head, then the second will also be head? Or you get a tail first and get a tail second. So in tossing a coin twice, the sample space will be head tail, tail head, head head, or a tail and a tail. So in this case, our number of sample space become what? 4. We can generate this using a table, as in knowing very well that the first trial has what? A head. The second trial has what? A tail. A head and what? A tail. So let's say this is the first toss. So you can have this as the first. We can also have this as what? The second. So it means that the first will be a head, the second will be a head. The first could be a tail, and the second will be a head. Or we can have a head first, then a tail second. Then it could also be a tail first, then a tail second. So the sample space is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sample space as we have here. We could also do that using the tree diagram, as in the first will be a head, the second will be a tail. So I'm having this as my first toss. So I have a head in my first trial. Then I am going to toss again. I could also get a head or what? A tail. What if the first trial gives me a tail? I have a tail from the first toss. Then I could also have a head or what? A tail. So in writing the sample space from a tree diagram, we are working on the branches. So 1, 2, head, head, 1, 2, head, and a tail. I'll come here. I'm working all the way on the branches, tail and head, working all the way on the branches, tail and a tail. All right, so let's see if we are tossing a coin 3 times. Bear in mind that this is 1 time, this is 2 times, so it means that 1 times and 2 times combined together will give me what? A 3 times. So it means I toss first, I have the possible sample space, head and a tail. I toss the second one, I have the possible sample space, head, tail, tail, head, and a tail, tail. Now, if I'm going to toss again, this becomes the basis, then this becomes the next one. So I am going to have this, then I'll move on to this. Meaning I already have a head and a tail. If I toss a coin again, could I get a head? Then that becomes head, tail, head. So in writing the sample space of this, we can say that I have a head and a tail from the first, the second throw, Then the third one will also be a head. Then this will be my first trial or my first sample space. It could also mean that the head and the tail, as I got in the second trial, came out with the third trial of what? A tail. And that become head, tail, tail. What if it is this that I got first from the second trial? Tail and a head. So I am going to maintain that tail and a head. But what if the third one give me a head? Then I'll be having tail, head, head. It could also mean that I will have this and this will also show up. So tail, head, tail. I could also get this from the second trial. Then this will follow. So that will be a head and a head from here with a head. Or it could be a head and a head coming along with what? A tail. Then from my second trial, I may have tail, tail moving along with a head, or tail, tail moving along with what? A tail. So in all, this could be your sample space if you are tossing a coin 3 times or tossing 3 coins once. These are the possible outcomes that you may see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in this case, our number of sample space become what? 8. That is by listing. We can also use a table form as in this. So I have the first, I'm going to take this one to be a head and a tail, then a tail and a head, 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 and finally tail, tail. What if this is the 2 toss, that is tossing the coin twice? So I can have 2 toss, and we have 1 toss, which is going to be a head and a tail. So now we can combine this with this to mean head, tail, head. This could also be tail and a head combined with this. We can have our head, head with another head, then a tail, and a head. Now we move down to this head, tail, 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 head, and a tail, head, head, and a tail. Then finally we have tail, tail, tail. So you can see we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 sample space or 8 possible outcomes. So these are the various sample space we can get when we are tossing a coins either once, twice, or thrice. Alright. Questions may be asked whereby you'll be asked to find the probability of a certain event being appearing. I think we can locate the event, divide it by the sample space, then our probability will be found. Now, but let's see if you can see that when I toss the coins once, the sample space give me what? 2. If I toss the coins twice, the sample space give me 4. As we move on to tossing the coin thrice, we have the sample space being 8. Looking at this, we can see 2 being factor of all of them. 2 times 2, 2 times 2 times 2. So here I could have 2 multiply itself once. I could have 2 multiply itself twice. I could also have 2 multiply itself 3 times. So you can see that the tail and the head is featured in all of them. Then the number of throw will also be featured. So if in case we label this as a number of times, as in 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, if I want to know how many sample space I'll get, it will just be a head and a tail raised to the power number of times. So it means if you are asked to list a sample space when a coin is tossed 4 times, you know you'll be having 2 exponent 4, which will be 16, meaning your sample space will be 16 different elements. I believe the concept on tossing a coin is digested. Come along with me in the next episode as we use this principle in solving questions. If you like this video, don't forget to share with somebody, encourage them to subscribe, leave a comment, and like. Bye-bye.